So first of all, why do you actually want to prioritize yourself over others? The way I just said it kind of explains itself, doesn't it? Just think about your own goals for a second. If you're, let's say, in high school or in university, a big goal for yourself is probably to get through whatever you're going through, to get into university, to pass universities, to get a bachelor's degree, whatever it may be. If you prioritize other people's desire over your desire to achieve this big goal of yours, then you won't actually achieve it as well as you could have if you just prioritized yourself over others. If a big goal of mine would be to, I don't know, learn how to box. I know how to box, just not insanely well. I'm not like a professional, not even semi-professional. I'm like amateur level, right? If a goal for me, if one of my goals was, I want to learn how to box to the point where I can literally fight someone in the ring. That's one of my goals. What I would do is prioritize that over everything else. If I set myself a schedule to train at the exact same time every single day, 7 days a week or 6 days a week, I'm not going to cancel it to go hang out with somebody, because what I'm doing matters more to me than what they're doing to me. To them, it might seem like, oh, this guy's being selfish. He doesn't want to hang out with us even though he's always there. Oh my god. Oh, just skip a couple days. People are always going to be saying that, oh, it's okay if you skip one time because you always go. No, it's not okay. If you prioritize yourself over others, if you prioritize your goal, if you prioritize, voice crack, holy shit. If you prioritize your own goals over other people's desires, your own desires over other people's desires, then you will seem very selfish. You'll seem very self-centered. People are going to be asking you to just let go, let loose, just once. It's okay, bro, because you always do this at the exact same time. You're always there. Just okay, bro, one time. No. Fuck, I swallowed my gum. If you want to make progress, it's routine, routine, routine. That's pretty much as basic as it gets. It's just routine, routine, routine. Doing the same thing over and over again. Doing hundreds, thousands of reps. Hundreds of thousands of reps. Doing it over and over again until you get it right. That's how people become professionals in sports, how people become millionaires. They just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Repetition, repetition, repetition. However, once you're in this flow state, if you just have that one little blip, like you just say, oh, okay, fine, okay. One day, it's okay. One day I'll just let loose. Suddenly the next day, you're out of that flow state. You're out of that rhythm, that routine. And your schedule's all kind of messed up. Now you have to get back into the habit. Building the habit is probably the hardest thing when trying to do something. The rest is pretty much easy and fun because it's just a routine. It's just like you already have the momentum, so just keep going. Building the habit is the hardest part. So why would you go through that again? Let me ask you this. Do you want to do something with your life? Yeah, probably. You probably want to be pretty good in that sport. You probably want to have a lot of money. You get what I mean. You probably want to do something. In order to do that thing, in order to achieve that goal of yours, you have to work towards it. You have to work a lot towards it. Why would you sacrifice that to go do something that doesn't really help you? To go do something that not only doesn't help you, but probably help someone else that you don't really fucking like. Because let's be honest, you don't really like most of your friends do. Fuck, my hood just keeps falling off. What I mean is this. Hanging out with your friends, doing these fun activities is great. It literally is part of self-improvement, or at least my self-improvement. It's part of my self-improvement. But you shouldn't prioritize that over what you should be doing. For, let's say, I don't know, school. For university, you set a time every single day. Okay, I'm going to study at this time, whatever. You're going to study that. And then somebody says, yo, bro, let's go hang out at that time. You say, no, I can't fucking hang out because I'm fucking studying, right? Let's hang out at this time. It's going to seem really selfish what I'm about to say, but you should make people align to your schedule. It's going to seem really fucking selfish. If you can't do it, don't say you can. If you literally can't do it because you already have something to do, don't push it aside and then go do that other thing. Push the other thing aside and go do the thing that you were supposed to do in the first place. If you have a time slot available throughout the day where you can do it, just tell the other person that, hey bro, I can hang out at this time, but not this time. Is that cool? If not, alright, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. If you don't prioritize yourself over others, you'll start to like slip into this rut of not getting the work done anymore. At least for me. For me, it's like I can get really into the flow of things, like with self-improvement. I can go all in on self-improvement, go crazy, monk mode, full socializing, gym, all of that. But then as soon as I stop all of that for just like one day, it kind of all falls apart. And I assume a lot of people are like that. I know a lot of people that I know are like that, at least. If I'm in this routine, if I have this routine of wake up at this time, do this, do that, boom, 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 and then sleep. If I do that, and then one day I suddenly slip up, the next day is going to be a lot worse. Because suddenly I lost all this momentum the previous day. Not only that, but like, realistically, okay, first of all, your goals are more important to you than to them. Your goals are more important than their goals to you, right? So that should be a baseline. If you have a goal and another person has a goal, and they ask you to go help them on their goal when you should be working on your goal, you should be working on your goal, right? You should say no to theirs and yes to yours. If that makes sense. I don't know, maybe I just overcomplicated it. But if you look at it another way, if you're doing whatever you want to do, if you're, I don't know, playing a game, you're actually having fun. Oh my god, playing games is self-improvement. Just hear me out, okay? If you're playing a game, you're actually having fun, and you want to do this. Someone calls you, yo bro, let's do this. Let's do, I don't know, X activity. You know, people don't actually do this anymore. People go like that. Anyway, so they call you, yo bro, let's do X activity. But in your mind, you don't actually want to do it. Because you're already doing something else that you enjoy. And they're saying, oh, nah, bro, it's okay. Come on, just come out for a little bit. A lot of people will be pressured into saying, okay, fine, bro, whatever. The funny thing is that if they actually do go out and do X activity, they're going to have less fun than if they just stayed inside and do whatever they were doing before. Because they don't bring that energy that they would have had if they had fun. So let's say if my friend calls me, yo bro, let's go outside, I got a party to go to. But in this moment, I'm like, nah, I'm not really feeling it, bro. No. But he's like, nah, bro, come on, bro. The party's gonna be sick. I'm still not feeling it, but then I'm like kind of pressured into saying, okay, fine, whatever. He picks me up. The whole time I'm gonna be more like socially anxious. I'm gonna be more like kind of like a loser, right? As opposed to that, imagine he did call me and I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, let's fucking go. I'm like hyped up for this shit. And I actually do bring positive energy. I'm not a loser. I'm a fucking like hype man. I'm fucking awesome there. You see the difference in like the energy, right? You see the difference in the scenarios. One scenario I actually want to do it, the other scenario I don't want to do it. One scenario I look like a fucking idiot, and then the other one I don't look like a fucking idiot. Baseline is just stick to what you want to do. Stick to what you want to do. Repeat that with me. Repeat that with me. Stick to what you want to do. If you don't want to do something, just don't do it. That's probably like one of my biggest rules in life. Like, rules, I guess. if I don't want to do something, at least, yeah, if I don't want to do something, then I won't do it, with exceptions. Like, okay, the gym, I know I have to do it, but sometimes I don't want to do it, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it, because, like, it's a fucking gym. Everybody should be going to the gym. You see, there are exceptions. Sometimes there are things that you have to do, but you don't want to. Those things are the things that you should be doing. But if there is a choice between doing something, I kind of want to split it up into, like, how classrooms are. There's compulsory credits and electives. Compulsory stuff in our life is, like, stuff that you have to do, like gym, work, meditate, self-improvement, all of that. Those are compulsory. You have to do them at that specific time of day. And then the electives are things that, like, you kind of have a choice. You can say, like, nah or yeah. You know what I mean? So, I don't know what I said. You know what I mean? Like that. So, fuck, I lost my train of thought. So, if in the moment someone comes up with an elective activity, and you don't want to do it, then don't do it. If you yourself came up with an elective activity, like maybe you're going on a date with somebody, but then, like, last minute you're, like, not really feeling it, because, like, for whatever reason you're not really feeling it, just cancel. Because you know you don't want to do it at this point, but if you do go, you're not going to bring the actual energy that you do have inside of you. And I know, like, energy sounds wishy-washy, just fucking believe me. Think about it yourself, actually. Imagine you go on a date that you don't want to be at. You're going to be like a fucking idiot. You're going to be like, the person's going to be talking to you, and you're going to be like, But if you do go on a date that you actually want to be there, you're going to be, like, so attentive, you're going to be all flirty and shit, you know what I mean? If you go do something that you don't want to do, an elective activity, if you go do an elective activity that you don't want to do, it's not going to be as fun as it could have been than if you did want to do it. So just don't do it. When I say it couldn't have been as fun, I mean for yourself and for others. Because, like, let's say, I'll use the date example again. Fuck, my hood. I'll use the date example again. I go on a date, and I'm actually excited for this date. It's like, I want to go out with this girl, right? Maybe we're going to the movies, whatever. Kind of bad first date, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm going out with this girl. The energy will be awesome. Like, I'm actually going to be hyped up for this shit. I'm going to be asking her questions. She's going to be asking me questions. I'm going to get into this flow state. And maybe, like, I don't know, something happens at the end of the night. Oh my God, right? Because you're in this positive, like, flow state mindset, you're naturally going to be more attractive. You're just going to be better as a person in whatever you're doing. Not even a date, but other things too. But if I didn't want to go on this date, I didn't cancel, and I still end up going, I'm going to be, like, more brain dead. I'm just going to be more like a loser. It's like, fuck, holy shit, my throat. So, I go out with this girl, but I don't want to be there, and I don't cancel. And how am I? It's like, pretend I'm on a date with you. We're sitting across. First of all, big fucking mistake. If I was actually excited for this, if I wanted to go on this date, I wouldn't sit across. I'd be like, look over here. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, that's another video. So, I'm sitting across from you like this, and it's like an interview. I don't want to be here. Hello. What is your name? What is your favorite color? How are you? And it's like an interview. I don't fucking like this. I don't want to be here. She clearly sees that I don't want to be here. Now she doesn't want to be here. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? Bottom line, like I've always said throughout this whole video, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It comes to anything. If you made plans with your friends, what the fuck? I look like a 2016 influencer with that hair. If you don't want to do something, even if you made plans with your friends, don't do it. Because you're not going to be the same person. And it's especially true if someone invites you to go do something when you have something more important to do. Don't do it. You have something more important to do. Why would you sacrifice that important thing for some fun that you could just have another time? Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you actually learned something. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.